Namaste. It's me Prakash Subedi. Today also I am present here by taking the class of grade 10 social study. So we are in lesson 2. In previous class we discussed in various matters. So first we have made the discussion about the human resource. What is human resource? We defined the term human resource as type of manpower who have the skills to do the work or to employ in any sorts of work. That is defined as the human resource. After that, I have classified the work, the normal work that can be done by the human resource are categorized in the 3 groups as primary, secondary and tertiary. More works are kept under that other works also. Primary works are related to collecting or producing the raw materials, whereas secondary works are related to produce the new goods by using the raw materials, and then tertiary works are related to provide the service or the work related to provide the service and the utility. And other works may include the different types of work like research, study, investigation, planning and so on. Like this one we made the discussion briefly about the classification of the work. After that we made a discussion on the types of human resources. Human resources can be also classified on the different ground on the basis of skill. We studied about unskilled, semi-skilled and skilled one, unskilled, semi-skilled and skilled one. Unskilled who are employing to do the manual work, whereas semi-skills having the knowledge to do the basic work, and then a skilled one having the expertise in their hands to do any sorts of work. It's like that we define these terms. And not only on the basis of skill, the human resource can be also categorized under the time of service or the tenure of the service and defined as the short-term, long-term and the sustainable human resource. Short-term human resource which are used for the short-term needed or to do the work in short-term needed for the nations or short-term needed works for the nations. Long-term needed human resource which are used to employ it in periodic or especially there will be the tenure or they will recruit it for the certain period of time and then they will be terminated after the completion of that period. And then the sustainable manpower whenever they will be equipped once their knowledge can be used forever. That type of human resource can be considered as the sustainable human resource. After that, we define the term of human resource development, simply the production of the skilled human resource. And then we made the discussion about the need of human resource. Why do we need such type of human resource? In several points we discussed, and ultimately human resource management, we define the term human resource management also. Human resource management refer the way or the process of managing the skilled manpower in the different sectors or the different departments of the officers of an organization. In this way we made the sum up of the last class. Dear student, today we will discuss about the features of human resource management. Human resource management means how we can do or what sorts of process are continuously going on in the human resource management, that we will discuss today here. Let's begin the class with this one. Human resource management as the major character, it is essential in all organizations. In any organizations or in any nations, they want the progress in every sectors. To fulfill that need, we need to recruit the human resource, and that human resource should be knowledgeable, skilled one. What type of resources that we need or what type of resources are demanded by that work, that type of resource should be managed in every organizations. That is the essential task of all organizations. So that under the features of this human resource management, we can give for essential in all organizations. It is the continuous in nature. One time we manage the resource or the human resource, skilled human resource, that is not sufficient one. Time and again we must get the knowledge, we must be trained, we must increase the efficiency within the employees, and then that should be used differently according to the change of time. When one will be more skilled in few of the sectors, then that should be employed in the same sectors recently, so that once it is done, it is not completed. It should be continuously going on, so that human resource management is the continuous process to manage the employees in office or any organization. It is a tool for the human benefit. The human resource management is the tool for the human benefit. Tool for human benefit means in here, the employees will also get the benefit. Not only the employees, even the organization will also equally get the benefit if the human resource management is done. The human resource management complete if both get the benefits. That's why a two-way benefit that we can get. Social and dynamic process. It is social phenomenon and it is dynamic process, that means continuously going on, and changeable process. It should be changed time and again. Management should be done according to the change of time also. That's why it is the social and dynamic process that we can say. An important component of the management, it is the important component of the management in that sense. It should be done within the needs. When we can do this management, then the efficiency of organization can be increased. To increase the efficiency of any organization, it should be done, means it is very important elements. If there is not accelerating in any efficiencies of the offices, once let's try by managing that type of force, so that it is the component of management that we say. It is strategy focused, in which time or after completion of which period, or what type of manpower should be employed in what type of sectors. It should be totally strategy based. And involvement of line manager, normally to manage all of the things, the responsibility will be goes on the line manager. It means the hierarchy will be also managed by this management system. That means who are working in there will be the chance of promotions in the upper level. So that means what? The involvement of the line manager, and it is totally system based and concerned with the developing the employees also. The efficiency of the employees will be also developed if the management is done. That means the opportunity is given to the employees. So in this way, all of these are the features of human resource management. To remember this one in a single sentence, what we can do the sum up is, the features of human resource can be remembered in this sentence: the continue system based social and dynamic process to manage people at work, which is necessary for all organizations with the involvement of line manager, including human benefit. Here I try to include all of the points by separating the comma, and I made the one sensible sentence so that it make you to remember the features of human resource management. So now, what are the challenges for the human resource development and management in Nepal? The country like Nepal, what are the challenges that we need to face, or what are the barriers that became to do the developments of human resource and to manage the human resource? Some of the points are listed in here. These are the major challenges to do the human resource development and human resource management in case of our country. Low literacy. The literacy rate is very less. We know that the skilled human resource is a must for the progress of the nation, but the literacy, who are not literate, it is difficult to give the skills, or difficult to manage or enrich them with the skills. So that in the context of being less literacy, means it is not possible to develop the human resource, so that it creates problem to manage the human resource in Nepal. Like that, improper or technical and vocational education system, especially lack of technical and vocational education system. The education is given, the government is also trying to give or focus for the education expansion, but still many people are the children who are not enrolling in the school or the education system, and whatever education they are taking, that is not job oriented also, so that they cannot enrich with the skill, and which cannot be support them to get the technical education, and that cannot be employed in the management also. So that improper technical and vocational education system is also becoming the barrier for the human resource management and human resource development. Here remember that when development, there will be the obstruction in the development, there won't be any chances to do the management. If there is the already developed human resource, only we can think about the manage, where to manage that type of skill human resource. If it will be the barriers for developing one, then no need to think about the management. So that the education won't support to do the development, so that it is not possible to manage. Lack of job opportunities. If people can get the employment opportunities, at least they will be economically high, and then they can contribute in the other sector, they may involve in the other sector, and then they can get the skill or the knowledge. But if there is not the job opportunities, sufficient job opportunities, then there will be always the problem for the hand to mouth problem. So how they will be involved in the other sector and they will get the skill. So it is difficult to do the human resource development when there is the lack of job opportunities. And the policy should support to produce the skill human resource from the government or from any organization. The policy or the concerned department should think about the concerned authority should think about the development of the human resource, but there is not clear-cut policy, or there is not the supporting policies. What type of human resource should be developed and how we should develop the human resource. There is nothing in there as hard and fast. That's why also it is very difficult to produce the human resource and difficult to do the development, and it is very difficult to manage the human resource. In this way, I repeat, these are the challenges. These became the challenges for the human resource development, to produce the skilled manpower and to manage them. The low literacy, improper education system, or job opportunities are not sufficient, as well as the policies are not favoring them to do or to involve in such type of work. So that these are considered as the challenges for human resource development and human resource management in Nepal. If so, such problem won't be solved? Certainly it can be. So what may be the ways to solve such type of problem? If these are possible to overcome, then why not to do? These are the few of the ways to overcome such type of problem, so that we can produce the skilled human resource, and then that can be managed in the appropriate field. Let's have a check here. Production of capable and competitive human resources or human power. There should be the strategy to produce such type of capable human power, and that can compete with others also. In the time of competitions, wherever they go, due to the overpopulation, it is not possible to get the job, it is not possible to enrich with these skills. So in this competitive time, the productions or whatever skilled resources are produced in our market, that should compete with others also. But there is the problem that to produce such type of competitive manpower in Nepal, it should focus, or the government should focus, or the concerned authority should focus to produce such type of competitive manpower in the nation. Make balance between demand and supply of human resource. When to create? If the market will be created after 2 years, 4 years, or after certain time, the government should plan to produce such type of manpower from or before 2 years or 3 years like this one, because they will be capable when they are needed. Or what sorts of market or the labor market is there in the demand, then the government should also give such type of training or the such type of skills to the employees or to their citizens, so that they can compete with them also. So there should be the balance. There should be such type of strategy to make the balance, so that the work that will come after few years or after few time, that should be capable, or the people will be capable to grab this one. Such type of plans should be made. That is called make balance between demand and supply of human resource. Especially should focus on scientific and practical education to become the competent also. Just competing in the local market the getting opportunities in the local market and getting opportunity in the international market is quite different. They should compete very strongly. So our system or the education system or the knowledge that we give or the productions or the human resource that we produce, in which level they can compete, in up to which level they are capable to fight. Such things should be sought, and then we must try to make them more scientific. More scientific manpower should be created so that they can, or more scientific education should be given so that that manpower will be automatically generate such type of skills. That skill can compete wherever they need. So what we should focus is that in the science or scientific and practical education. I repeat, way to overcome such type of challenges through human resource management and human resource development is that we must produce the capable and competitive manpower. We must make balance between the demand and the supply, especially in the market. Should focus on scientific and practical education to become competent each other. And how to enrich them is that to provide the oriented training, especially job oriented. There may be the job oriented or what sorts of need is in there, that type of training should be given, at least refreshment training should be given so that at least they can compete with others. And domestic workforce, this is the another important one. It is difficult to give the job opportunities to all the needed citizens in India. In this context, the government should think about this one also. The domestic workforce should be upgraded as the industrial workforce through the proper planning to recognize in the international market, because all people cannot enroll in the job opportunities within their own country. For this one, sure, they should face such a problem or they should compete in the international market. To do the competition in the international market, at least they must have the basic skills with them on their hand. If it is possible, then there will be the good competitions in the outside. But what is in here is that most of the peoples, they are doing the domestic work, they have the knowledge, very basic knowledge within this also, and that domestic knowledge won't apply in the futures or in the out market, that means international market. That means how they can fight with others. So that while making this strategy also, the domestic workforce should be changed into the industrial workforce. At least they should grab the opportunities, no matters how many months that opportunity should be given to that citizens. At least for the period, certain period also, that work should be given or the work opportunity should be given so that that persons will get the opportunity to enrich skills, and then that can compete outside or in international market too. So in this way, such problem also can be overcome. Whatever problem that we are getting, whatever difficulties that we are getting to produce or to manage the human resources can be also managed, or problem can be overcome through these various processes. So now, what are the process or the provision? What is the provision and procedures of human rights development and human resource management, human resource management and human resource development? Especially to do the human resource development, then there should be a certain plan. Here should be the certain steps. First of all, the provision and procedures of human resource development, it should focus always be on producing skill and sustainable human resource. To produce such type of sustainable resources, that type of skill should be generated. Once produced, the skill human resource should be used wisely and forever. Such type of resource or human resource should be developed, especially such type of manpower should be developed, so that once created, that should be used for a future. That means within the lifetime, we must focus for the production of such type of human resource. So for this one, there is the certain strategy or the steps also. That is, objectives should be determined. The first step of creating or managing the human resource development is that, our way of human resource development is that the objectives should be determined. before producing such type of human resource, then the objective should be determined. Why produce a certain type of human resource should be predefined. That means for which task, what type of manpower is needed, that should be predefined. So accordingly, that type of manpower can be produced. The first one is that objective should be determined, means why that type of workforce is produced, why that human resource is given the priority to develop the skills, that should be predefined. That means objective is set. After setting the objective, we must focus on the process of preparing the human resource has to be pre-planned. How to give the training, how to enrich them with the skills, that plan should be, that process should be already defined. That means that should be pre-planned. That process of creating human resource or process of giving the knowledge to the people or the humans, that should be pre-planned. Objective is defined. Now way of production, the way of giving training, way of giving knowledge, that is also pre-planned. Accordingly, we must go. And human resource be analyzed and evaluated to find the strength and weakness. After that, that human resource should be evaluated. Either that person should be fit for the targeted work, or we develop the resources according to our objective or not, that should be defined, or that should be analyzed. That is called evaluation and analyze the human resource, so that we can find the weakness and the strength also. The strength can be used for the good work, and if there are weakness, then it can be overcome by giving or adding extra effort. So the third step is that the analyzed and evaluate the workforce. Right after that, the plan should be formed and executed. Formally, that plan should be set, and according to the set plan or the plan set, then that should be executed or implemented. In this way, we can come up to the point of producing the skilled human resource, so that needed human resource can be created, the necessary manpower will be produced, so that it can support for the nations or the nation's development. So in this way, we discuss about human resource development, human resource management, way of managing or steps of creating human resource, and so on. Dear students, you have the questions here to do and to submit to your teacher. What are the challenges in development of human resource in Nepal? Explain in short. What are the challenges in development of human resource in Nepal? Many points we made the discussion in there. What brings the problems to create the human resource? What are the problems that creates to develop the human resource in the context of Nepal? So these questions will be answered and submit to the concerned teacher. Have a great time. Thank you.